Hey everyone, Rich here, hope you're well. Just coming back with another Gunsmith update for you. And just want to say, this is going to be a big update. One of the biggest we've ever done in terms of user experience, UI improvements. And if you are a long-term Gunsmith player and you haven't jumped back in, go and check it out on this update, because it's going to be a totally different game. We spent ages going over all these new aspects that I've showed you before in the previous video, and this is a big shout out. We're going to send this video to everyone we can, and basically just show everyone that the beta for Gunsmith is a totally different game. Some of you would have played Gunsmith back when it was the first version, you know, maybe with the guns update, maybe with the explosives update, but this is now a totally different game. Anyone that hasn't seen it previously, a quick rundown. And for those of you that have seen the previous video, I'll get onto the new stuff in a bit. We've got our scenarios here, massive scenario improvements. Before it was just you choose the mission and then you just go. But now we're going to be adding loads of cool scenarios in here. I still need to do them. I've been procrastinating, but it's the last thing on my list is to fill these out. So you will get loads of different scenarios when this test goes live. We've got characters now. I've finished doing the artwork for the characters you can select. They all give you buffs and specialities that you can take into the game. We still need to do a little bit of work on the difficulty. You now have more countries to start with. We're adding some more on there as well. And then you can start a scenario. Oh, and also, a lot of you have always said countries don't do anything. Now they do. So now you get different, when you select, you get different buffs and debuffs per country that you pick. So you can pick a scenario, character, difficulty, starting country, and then off you go. Now, here is a massive change that some of you, even on the previous update for the game, you wouldn't have seen this. So here we go. I'm just going to skip the tutorial. Research tree. So massive changes here. Now we have all of our research broken up into different sections. Before, we had a massive research tree that you just had to go left to right, and no matter what you did, and no matter what scenario you did, it would basically mean there was a problem in how you start the game. And this had to be done with scenarios, because if we do a vehicle scenario where you want to start off with vehicles and then you go in, the old research tree would literally just, you'd have to start with gloves and have to work up from there. That's stupid. So basically now, if we have a scenario where it's like, okay, you're going to make 200 vehicles right away, we can just unlock this container and you can start here. So excuse me, as a result of having to put scenarios in, we had to redo the research tree. This is why I'm saying it's totally different game now. This is expandable. It's all broken down into sections. So if you want to go hard maintenance, you can. If you want to do hard logistics, you can, etc. So it's no longer do you have to work to a place on the research tree, which is a bit like Civ. Now, if you want to go line control 3 tiers immediately, go for it, right? If you want to go do all the clothing straight away, go for it. If you want to skip that and go to bullets, again, it's up to you. It's totally up to you how you want to play it now. So major improvements to the research, and can't wait for that to roll out as well. Now it's just, you can just go like this, bang. So huge improvements here. Also, we just have some general UI improvements, just tightening everything up. So now it all looks really nice and neat. There's no difference in terms of like where the layout is. So it's all just super slick, and I'm really happy with this UI now. It's taken me a long time to get this right, but it's good, really good. And I think it's pretty slick. So that is not it. We also have the scenario stats in the bottom right hand corner. I might redo this and make it a bit more prominent, but what we have here now is a pop out that will show you how far away you are from achieving your secondary and primary goals. Again, this is just a bit of placeholder because we've just been testing, but obviously the scenario says achieve a wealth for 100 million, manufacture these guns, manufacture the camo HMG IFV camo tanks, right? So sorry. So basically you can come here anytime, see your scenario progress, and that is another cool thing. After you've done the scenario, oh, and also your character goes into the factory with you. We've got some stuff to tie up here. There he is. So yeah, we've got this stuff. That's all good. Jacob starts with engines, pistons, and stuff at the moment, but I'm going to tweak that, I think. Now, apart from that, we also have a scenario complete screen, and some of you would have seen this, but again, this is on the last video, but anyone who didn't catch up one, when we're finished with this will show you all the cool stats and stuff that you had, and again, really awesome way to expand on the game. And finally, you can conclude a scenario instead of it just being this super open-ended thing where you just get bored and stop playing. I think bored is too harsh, but you know what I mean. Eventually you're like, okay, I think I've done it all. But now we've got the scenarios in and we've got scenarios ending. This is going to just be an amazing thing that we can just expand on and expand on and expand on. So yeah, after that, if you're done, or you can continue, or you can quit to the main menu, right? And then you're off. And you can go for a new scenario, new game. And they will tell you which ones you completed and which ones you haven't. So huge. I cannot even begin to stress how big this update is, because it unlocks the final journey for the game, where now we've added loads of content, we've done loads of improvements, we've changed the UI, and more importantly, how we deliver that content is so much better and adds so much value for us as the developer, you as a player, and I'm just really happy with it. And you know what, now we're looking around the game and we're thinking, yes, there's improvements to be made, they're not major. Now all of the major improvements are starting to fade away, where it's like huge chunks of game missing. That's just not the case anymore. There was never huge chunks of game missing, but there was just room for improvement in a lot of departments. And now I'm happy to say, I think what a lot of you have been saying about going over these things and polishing, finalizing, we're going to do that, and that's why we're ready to enter the beta phase now. And I don't think we'll be there for long. I think we've been in alpha for too long, if I'm honest. So I think we're probably already, I would say, 25-30% of the way through beta. So I think I'll be happy to announce 1.0 soon, which will be crazy, because that will be first major project from the ground up finished, which will be a really momentous time for myself, and I'm sure the team that have been working on this for the last 4 or 5 years. And yeah, so can't wait to put this out. We're going to get a small playtest group, so if you are interested in playing early, obviously it's going to be a few bugs, let me excuse me, myself or Ed or anyone know on the team, and we will get you involved in the closed test, which is probably going to be a bit buggy, but we're going to put it out there before the 9th so we can get some user feedback and fix some bugs. And obviously we'll be around for hot fixes after update, like we always are. And yeah, super hyped, super hyped. So I think that about wraps it up for this video. Please go and check it out. It's a totally different game. So I'll leave it here and wish you all the best. I'll see you on the 9th with another update. Bye.